So Tranmere played the first pre-season friendly of this summer on Saturday afternoon, beating Bootle 3-0. Bootle managed by Alan Morgan, of course, who he used to run the sort of academy team when I used to go and do a few reports on them. So that's his team, Bootle. Tranmere beat them 3-0. 2 goals from a trialist each, and then Charlie Whittaker scored. Darrell Clarke setting the team up in a 4-3-3. He seems to really want that back four. That's something that he's set on this season. Obviously, we've seen recently at Tranmere with the back five, and when the results aren't going your way, fans are questioning, if we need to be defensive and we're not even seeing the results, then where's the excitement come from? Why are we paying our money? But the answer has been, we'll defend, we'll try and get results, but Darrell Clarke's like, no, we're ripping that up. So he started Finlay, Leo O'Connor and Tom Conlon in midfield. And Finlay, he's good and he's reliable. And then Leo O'Connor and Tom Conlon, that's the first minutes in quite some time, to be honest. Tom Conlon signed this summer. And, he was injured from about October onwards for his last club. So it's good that he's getting some minutes again, really. But I'm unsure about that midfield three when you look at the team that we started in that started the game. You've got a trialist keeper. There's 2 trialist keepers, and obviously we know about Luke McGee's situation. He's out until about October, November time. It might even be before then. I think I read somewhere that it's actually September. So, but even then, he probably won't be like at his peak until about October, November. So you're looking at starting the season there with the new keeper, with Brian Jensen coming in. Obviously he's got loads of experience in the game, and with 2 trialist keepers there, he's got a choice to make. Maybe we'll bring another one on a trial, but yeah, or maybe that's just one, because as it says, it's just says trialist, so maybe it's just the same trialist, but it looks like 2. It does look like 2, and I'll read up. Yeah, it is 2, because Clarke made 11 changes to the second half, so he's got 2 trialists to make a decision with there. So yeah, the first half 11, which is what I see as sort of strong 11, strongest 11 anyway. You've got a trialist keeper, Joel Senior, new signing there, a right back, Nathan Smith, Jordan Turnbull, Jacob Slater at left back. So that's your 2 new full backs there. Finlay, Leo O'Connor and Conlon, as I've just mentioned, Plant and Whittaker either side of Ironside. And it'll be interesting for Whittaker this season, because he's with Clarke looking to play a proper, like with proper wingers, and maybe we sign 2 wingers and he goes through the centre. But with Mark Palios saying, with the wages and the money, it looks a bit tricky that to see that we'll sign a really, really good winger, 2 good wingers to go outside the Whittaker, but he might be used on the left. So yeah, going back to the game, Whittaker started the game well. Says that he's been denied by an excellent reflex save from close range, and Ironside headed just wide of the top left corner of the goal. Ironside needs to be scoring this pre-season to just get the goals up, because he struggled last season, didn't he? You've also got, just looking through the game, really. The ball and sat up for Whittaker inside the box was slightly unbalanced. He miscued his effort wide of the right corner of the goal, but he then scored the opening goal shortly before half time, dribbling down the middle and finding the bottom left corner with a shot, as I said before. And as this looks like, if he's dribbling down the middle, I think that's his best position. He can pass the ball well, he can move, and I think it'll be good at driving the ball forward. But to ever Clarke wanted to take a chance, and because you couldn't have a midfield three of Leo O'Connor, Finlay, Conlon, and then Whittaker in front, would you? We will see. So 11 changes for the second half. Warrington, Brough and Williams. Williams' first appearance since last pre-season. Good to see him back. And then Sam Mann and Ryan Watson also come on. And I'd like to keep Ryan Watson, to be honest, just a quick word on him. Because he come in last season, I think about February time, didn't he? And then, you know, he made a pretty good impact early on, to be honest. That game with Cheltenham, he absolutely... He in the second half especially, he dominated that game, and that was a game that was absolutely desperate for us to win. So for him to show up in the way that he did, take the game by the scruff of the neck in the second half, because first half he struggled, and he done well there. Could be worth another year, I reckon, to be honest. Good option to have. He's local, you know, good age, tidy footballer. Not little, because he's got a good stature, which is also another positive point. And he can run, which is what you need. So, Sam the man, made his first senior appearance coming on in this game. And he saw his header cleared off the line. Again, be good to see the strikers scoring, but good to see him involved there. But what stood out for me, really, from this game, was that the trialist, playing at left back, fired the ball into the opposite bottom corner. Now obviously we don't have the video of that, but it sounds pretty exciting, doesn't it? If we can get a good attacking left back into the club, because we, you know, as well as Slater, Brough and Timber can also play on the left, but I'm unsure about those two really. But yeah, Slater, he should be good. And then if we get another childless left back who can score a goal, what it sounds like. Happy days. Warrington had an attempt from outside the box and wanting to see him smash it this season. And then another one of the childless cut aside from the left. It should be good side of the pitch for us that next season, and kill the ball into the top right corner, making it 3-0. That's the last bit of detail from the game, really. So, main takeaway, looks like we've got a good left hand side. Brian Jensen's got a decision to make with the keepers. Doesn't really say anything about them there. We might see them next weekend against Blackpool, or we might sound with them before them, because obviously, you know, Blackpool are they'll be a bit of a tougher test, won't they, than Bootle, with all due respect to Bootle. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trialists who played in the game. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, and Darrell Clarke, there was an open day at Tranmere yesterday, and Darrell Clarke was saying how he would love, well, not to love, but he said that he would like 9, 10 signings. He'd probably love a bit more than that, really, maybe, looking at our squad. And if we've got 7 trialists, it looks like, obviously, that's the way that maybe a good majority are going to come in through, isn't it? There was rumours that James Nord was going to come back. I don't think that will happen. There are rumours as well that Tom Ince could be on his way to Tranmere, and that would be a bloody good sign, I think, to be honest. You know, really good attacking winger him. You just think of an attack with Whittaker and Tom Ince, and it sounds pretty good when Tranmere have struggled, really, to score goals. I think you look at them moments and maybe our only winger is Plant, because obviously you had Amari leave, and just off the top of my head I can't name another one, which I suppose someone's going to name one, but I don't think we do have another winger, do we?
and so that's Plant, our only one. And I don't think he's an out winger. He can do a job on the wing. He's he's a wing back half, but he's not a winger. So Tom Ince and Charlie Whittaker. Sam Tom Ince would be a step forward. But he's not he's not been out of the game that long, really, Tom Ince as well. Like, people look at him and his age and they go, oh, he's 34, he's coming back just, because he lives local. He come from the youth ranks at Liverpool, being born in Stockport. I think his partner's from the area as well. I was reading. I think she's famous, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So he was playing at Watford last season. In the last 3 years for Watford, the Championship, by the way, 86 games. And that shows that he's in good fitness, really, doesn't it? He scored a hat-trick in January. Not too far back, really. I can't remember the last time he scored a hat-trick. And that was in the Ince was in the Championship, so that would improve us massively. A massive week, I think, to be honest. Our first competitive game is on the 1st of August against Rochdale in the League Cup, which is 2 weeks this upcoming Saturday. And people are looking at that game and going, you know what, not too bothered. But for me, I am. I've got to be honest. Sammy used to get to the final of this particular competition, so for us to even need to qualify for it is a bit mad. But that's the way things have been the last few years. Darrell Clarke's got a good job on his hand to turn it around. But what I would also say is that I like the look of Whitehead, Jensen and Clarke so far. Not seeing much of them, but they seem like honest guys is what I would say, and I think they'll give their all for the club. Dean Whitehead, Roy Keane's captain at Sunderland, he was that for a reason. Darrell Clarke, he's been through hell and back in his personal life, so to be back in the game, he must love it. So he'll be giving his all. And Jensen as well, good experience there. I would have liked to have kept Joe Murphy, but this isn't against Jensen, but I would have liked the club to have kept Joe Murphy, but that obviously hasn't happened. He's got his own coaching academy, and good luck to him for that. Yeah, it's Jensen that's going to be the goalkeeping coach, and good job on his hand as well to get Luke McGee back to full fitness and sign one of these new keepers. Another big week ahead. Up the Whites.